In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 layout mistakes that you simply must avoid if you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen, especially if you're a homeowner, because sometimes some mistakes really are permanent. Before I begin, let me give you a little background information about us. We're USA Cabinets. We're a wholesale cabinet supplier. We work with homeowners, builders, developers, contractors, interior designers, and everybody in between. And on average, we make around 10 to 20 designs a day, which means we have approximately 5,000 designs going out every year. Multiply that by 10 years, we have sent over 50,000 layouts over the course of our business's lifetime, which means we've seen it all. So when I summarize these top 5 layout mistakes, I'm condensing 50,000 mistakes that I've seen into the top 5 categorical mistakes that you simply must avoid. And if you can avoid these 5 mistakes, you're gonna have a beautiful kitchen, I guarantee it. Starting off with number 5, the 5th most common mistake that I see is people use outdated design strategies. Let me illustrate. If you look into this photo, you see that we have the refrigerator, the stove, and the sink in a fantastic triangle that makes things functional for the cook. You can see that the triangle is applicable to different shapes. It's not just limited to C shape, but you see it in galley kitchens, island kitchens, L-shaped kitchens, and so on. Here is an example of what a work triangle looks like. You got your fridge, range, and sink in a triangle, making it easier to clean and prep the food. Here is another example. The problem I have with the triangle strategy is that it's outdated. It's been over 100 years. The purpose of the kitchen has evolved over the course of the last 100 years. It used to be a place just to cook, but now the kitchen is a place that's much more than that. It's a place where we hang out. It's a place where we host guests. It's a place where we do our homework and our office work. And the kitchens have gotten much larger over the course of the last 100 years as well. We even started knocking down the living room to incorporate the kitchen into the house. So the kitchen is no longer just a place where we cook. And since the purpose of the kitchen has changed, we have to modernize the strategy behind it. Allow me to demonstrate the modern strategy. You see here in this photo that we have divided the kitchen into 5 different areas. We have our consumables, where we keep our groceries, the non-consumables, pots, pans, silverware, the cleaning area, your sink, your trash can, your cleaning supplies, your dishwasher, your cooking area, could be your range, could be your appliances like your toaster, microwave, cooktop, and last but not least, your preparation area, where you prepare the food before you cook it. Now, this is called the kitchen zone system, which simply says that while we maintain the work triangle into our workflow, we have to realize that the kitchen has gotten bigger, and that for that reason, we have to divide the kitchen into zones where each zone serves a purpose, rather than having the kitchen serve all the purposes at once in a clustered manner. Let me show you a couple more photos so we understand. In this photo, you see that the cooking area is dedicated to cooking. You can see in this photo that the 5 sections are evenly divided, giving the kitchen breathing space while maintaining functionality. Here's another example, and another one. I want to show you a couple of photos of kitchens that absolutely look gorgeous, but they're actually failing designs. Let's move forward. This kitchen is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful color selection, beautiful appliances, beautiful everything. But the work triangle is so far away that the island prevents you from actually cooking. Here's another example. The island is an obstacle. Here's another one. And here's another one. Now, before I show you what a winning design looks like, let's analyze what a losing design looks like. You see on this photo that the sink, the range, and the fridge is on the same long wall, and the island is your prep area. This is very difficult. Imagine going to the fridge, cleaning something, bringing it to the island, and then you have to go cook. Now let me show you what a winning design looks like. Same kitchen. You see on this kitchen, simply by moving the sink to the island, we have made a work triangle such that the range, the fridge, and the sink are right next to each other while giving yourself preparation room. So we want to merge both of these concepts. Not only do we want to keep the work triangle still incorporated into our design, we also want to divide the kitchen into zones such that each zone fulfills a purpose. Let me show you a couple photos of more winning designs. Here you have a beautiful work triangle. Here's another one. And here's your last one. Which brings us to number 4. The fourth most common mistake I see homeowners do is they simply try to force things. I call this the Pinterest problem. You go on Pinterest, you find 100 photos of beautiful high-end kitchens, and you absolutely fall in love with every single one of them, and you try to incorporate 100 different concepts into a small kitchen. Let me show you a little bit more in detail what that looks like. You see in this photo that the client insisted on forcing an island to the kitchen. But not only is this not functional, which prevents the fridge from being fully accessed, it's also illegal. If you want to sell your home, it is legally required for you to have a minimum of 36 inches of clearance space to make sure that the next person who buys this house from you has the ability to move around the kitchen in a wheelchair. I personally recommend 42, just so you're not stiff while you're moving around the kitchen. It gives you breathing space, it allows for appliances to open up, and it allows for 2 people to occupy that space in the same time. I'm sure you've been in a clustered kitchen where you're bumping shoulders with people before. That's the reason why we want to have 42 if we can. When you're in a tight situation, usually the best thing to do is to bring down the size of the island, get a small little workbench, and it gives you the flexibility of using it as prep space. And when you're done, you can just put it back in the corner where it belongs. I think that small kitchens should spend a couple more dollars extra and buy smaller appliances. For example, look into the following photos. In this situation, we see that the range is 24 inches and the dishwasher is 18. Here's another small, cozy kitchen. Fully functional, fully maximized in storage, nothing is forced. You can even get a smaller counter depth fridge and maximize your storage space and your ability to move in and out of your kitchen. Let us move over to the third most common mistake that I see homeowners make when they're remodeling their kitchen, which is simply choosing aesthetics over functionality. Choosing aesthetics over functionality is like buying a sports car that doesn't start, but you look cool, as opposed to buying a Toyota that's gonna get you from point A to point B, but it's a little beat up. Let me shift your attention to this beautiful exotic kitchen. We have marble going straight to the ceiling. It's probably a quartzite. But the purpose of the kitchen is not to look cool. The purpose of the kitchen is to help you prepare meals. And the purpose of the cabinets is to store things. This kitchen is actually missing storage space. You don't have any storage space to store things. Let me show you another mistake where people insist on making the kitchen look beautiful, but they completely get rid of functionality. Look at this. Sometimes we have clients that insist on putting floating shelves everywhere. And while it looks absolutely gorgeous, the color contrast to the cabinet just pops. The reality is that too much of this destroys your storage space. Here, in this photo, we have another example where the client has chosen floating shelves as opposed to wall cabinets. If you look into this photo, at first everything looks phenomenal. Kitchen cabinets everywhere, there's no trash, everything is clean, everything is organized into storage areas. However, you also notice that the cabinets don't go to the ceiling. The following photo that I'm going to show you is the pinnacle of choosing aesthetics over functionality. Now, I do want to remind you that this is a custom-built home, so the builder and the homeowner deliberately chose to build their kitchen like this. At first, everything looks beautiful. Beautiful white cabinets, black trim, 5 stars. However, they decided to have 8-foot windows on the main wall and then a 3-foot window on the secondary wall. Your kitchen has no storage space. There's only 3 wall cabinets to store everything. This is the definition of a blunder. So allow me to show you what a winning design looks like. In this photo, we have a large window centered on the sink wall. However, in this circumstance, it's justified because the kitchen is massive. The cabinets are going straight to the ceiling, maximizing storage. A cute little cozy island is put, allowing walking space all around it. All your appliances can open and close. The kitchen is divided into the workstations. The only problem is that the work triangle is not optimized, but there's nothing you can do on this since the gas wall and the sink wall are predetermined. My only recommendation to this kitchen would have been to put a couple more drawer-based cabinets. Which ties us to the second biggest mistake that I see customers consistently make, which is not maximizing their storage capacity. Allow me to explain. How you maximize your storage space is simply by having drawer banks over regular cabinets when you can, and throwing rollout trays in your base cabinets and your pantry cabinets whenever you can. Allow me to show you some examples so you can better understand. Here in this photo, we have drawer-based cabinets consistently throughout the kitchen. It's maximized for storage. Here is another beautiful white kitchen. Drawer base everywhere, cabinets to the ceiling, perfect work triangle. This is a 5-star kitchen. You see that we've also have rollout trays that comes in our pantries. These are non-negotiable. They turn dead, unreachable shelf space into fully accessible storage. Every inch, front to back, is fully usable. Last but not least, the biggest mistake, number 1 on the list, is that homeowners, when they're thinking about remodeling their kitchen, they'll go to the IKEA design page or the Home Depot design page and build a layout from scratch on their own without consulting with a professional. Think about it. We do 5,000 layouts a year, whereas you do at best 2 to 3 over the course of your lifetime. We see trends that die. We have access to things that you don't. We constantly train ourselves on evolving techniques. We have a massive inventory of accessories that you don't even know that exists. And last but not least, our services are completely free. We offer free designs, free 3D renders, and last but not least, we even offer live design services. So you can call us, schedule an appointment, have a live designer with you on the phone while you're taking measurements and building your kitchen live. And all of this is completely free. So if you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen this year and you want a free 3D design or free consultation, all you have to do is visit our website, usacabinets.com, and we're gonna help you completely for free, no questions asked.